Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome back to Give and Take, where today we have Wycombe and Arsenal, two very important games. Number one is Wycombe, where we want to progress in the cup as much as possible, and number two is Arsenal, where we can get a few really good players and they're quite high in the league, so putting a stamp on that like we did in the last episode against Chelsea and Man United would be really useful. Yeah, unfortunately we're meant to be playing Bruno Fernandes because that's who we won against Manchester United against Wycombe, but he is cup tied, so he has to play against Arsenal. That's how it works. When the cup ties happen, you just have to keep plodding along until you eventually get to the next game in line. But yeah, without further ado, let me show you the team. So here is the team. It is extremely weak. We have Pope in goal, Alderweireld, Dendoncker, Balbuena and Obita in midfield. Obita, I'm 90% sure, yes he is. He's playing against his former club. Obita is playing against his former club. We won him off of Wycombe, now he's playing against Wycombe. Norwood, Kieran Lee and Alzate in midfield with DJ, Walcott and Che Adams up top. The bench is completely stacked. Minamino, Zaha, Son Heung-min, Ruben Diaz, Bertrand, Højbjerg, all on the bench. Diogo Jota is injured, so that is why he's not on the bench. And obviously we've got some little knocks to Lo Celso, Proper and St Maximin. So unfortunately those guys won't be able to make it on the bench, but they should be ready for the Arsenal game later on. So here is the team that we are facing today. Unfortunately there is no Akinfenwa, but there is one very recognisable name, and that is Nathan Redmond. We could win back Nathan Redmond from the beginning of the series. He'd be the first man that we ever win back in the series, which would actually be quite interesting, whether we do win anyone back in the second half of this season. That's why I wanted to do a full season, because I wanted to see if we can win some players back that we actually had in the first place. But yeah, let's win some players, hopefully win back Nathan Redmond and not lose any at the same time. Right, so we're starting off the game. I'm kind of hoping that we don't win by too many. Obviously, last time, I'll press Nathan Redmond actually. Last time, obviously, the Chelsea game, it didn't matter so much. I'm actually going to up the tempo. Speed during highlights, I think it's quite high anyway. Yeah, it's quite high anyway. As DJ comes forward, I thought we had it on a lower tempo than that, but we actually have it on a reasonably high tempo. But with that Chelsea game, we had to deal with having 3 Swindon players. I'm hoping we only have 1, maybe 2 Wycombe players without actually losing any players in the process. As we're nearing the end of the half, and it's been extremely boring. I'm gonna call it now. It's been boring. Nathan Redmond is the only one actually doing anything for them. I'm gonna say I'm not happy because, again, it's been boring. And hopefully we can actually do something that isn't conceding. Please, can it not be conceding? Jacobson with the thing, Pope with the thing, corner. I'm so rusty today, so rusty. Walcott with it, into Che Adams, back to Theo Walcott's going forwards, and Theo Walcott with the goal. He is being a pretty good addition to the team, bearing in mind that we've barely played Theo Walcott. Every time he seems to play, I mean, he has played a couple of times in the cup, but he does just seem to score, especially from that area as well. He does prefer being on that side. We have played him on the right hand side a lot, but I felt like today with Son not being able to play, or we're not wanting to play Son, playing Walcott was a very good choice, and he seems to be delivering. Time is ticking away. I might make a sub or 2, only of players that are maybe in the first team that we might want. I mean, haven't really played any. Alderweireld is kind of the only one I've actually played. Might put Bertrand in and just put Bertrand on that right hand side. I don't really know what to do here. I might just shove Minamino in, maybe for Theo Walcott, because Theo Walcott seems to be the best player on the pitch at the moment. Yeah, maybe do that. Let those be our two substitutions. I don't want to make too many subs because, again, there's a reason we've put out a reasonably naff team and we kind of want to just keep it that way. As time is ticking away, just slowly but surely, this is the exact result we want. A 1-0 victory is the exact result we want, and it's the exact result we get. That is what we wanted. We wanted just a simple 1-0 victory, nothing special, just so we didn't win every single player from Wycombe. That is just, it might seem like a boring result, but that is exactly what we needed to do. Obita putting in a man of the match performance against his former club, which is very interesting to say the least. Obita's been one of those players that has been complaining to me about not getting game time. It's been extremely frustrating for me. So he gets the cup games. That's what he gets. And let's see who we're going to win from Wycombe. Another player from Wycombe. It will be their best player, which is obviously this guy. And he's not that bad. He's a defensive midfielder. Rangers are going to be very, very pissed off with me because he's meant to be going to Rangers. He's not. He's coming to Southampton. In you come, into the club. He's going to have to play against Arsenal in the next game. Let's hope for a very simple victory there as well. I mean, I'm more than up for this. But before then, we will end up having the cup draw. I will show you that when we get there. So we are into the 5th round of the FA Cup. There are not many poor teams left in it. Probably the only poor teams are Coventry, Watford, Norwich and Preston. So you're kind of hoping for Preston and Coventry, really. But let's go through it. Hopefully we don't get I would like a championship team, preferably. I'm not sure we're going to get one, but I'm kind of hoping for one. We get Wolves. Do you know what? Wolves aren't a bad shout. Wolves have a decent team. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like we can get some players. I feel like we could win that game. I also feel like we could lose that game. But it's not a bad one. I'm reasonably happy with Wolves. Right, so I've done the team and I'm really happy with this. Bruno Fernandes obviously has to play, if you guys forgot about that. But the team is Ramsdale, Alderweireld, Diaz, Dendoncker and Bertrand in defence. Then we've got... I don't even know where to start with that name. So he is... Ofo. He's Ofo. So then we've got Ofo, Jorginho and Fernandes in midfield. What a midfield them two are going to be. I was about to say midfield 3. It will be a good midfield 3 when I can put Højbjerg in there, but at the moment Ofo's taking that place. Then we've got Zaha, Son, Heung-min and Diogo Jota up front. Diogo Jota has got an injury, but due to the nature of our next game, which we'll get to later, I'm willing to risk him a little bit. So let's get into this game and find out what players we could be winning from Arsenal. So, who could we be winning? It is either Leno, Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel, Tierney, Odegaard, Ceballos, Pepe, Smith-Rowe, Saka or Aubameyang. That's a really good set of players we could be winning here. They do actually have Fraser Forster and Vestergaard on their bench, which is actually quite interesting. It's quite weird to see our players on their bench. I completely forgot that they were like one of our first, I think they were our first game of the season. So yeah, it's weird to see their names on the bench, but that attack, we could win some great players, although our attack is already extremely good. I think we could do with someone like a Bellerin or a Bellerin. We could do with Bellerin actually. So we're into the game and kind of going to see how this team does. It's going to be interesting to see how Bruno Fernandes does, more importantly, just because he's such an upgrade. As Son's got it here. Son, He's chipped the keeper. Wilfried Zaha with the assist. Son Heung-min with the goal. What a goal that is. I was talking about Bruno Fernandes and completely forgot that our front three are unreal. Zaha puts a lovely ball over the top and Son Heung-min coolly chips the goalkeeper and puts it into the back of the net. We're guaranteed to win a player from Arsenal. We've improved since the last time we played Arsenal. That's a really good point as well. Like, when we played Arsenal last time, it was the first game of the season. We didn't really know what sort of style we wanted to play and how that was going to go. Now we know our style, we know how we play, and yeah, we're kind of just seeing whether we can take Arsenal to the races here and really put a stamper on this. As Alderweireld clears it, but it only goes as far as an Arsenal player. Odegaard's got it, and Bruno Fernandes is trying to chase down Bellerin. He put back to Odegaard, Saka, and it's over the bar. Whew. Arsenal have had a few little niggly chances. We'll press Odegaard because Odegaard is causing a few issues for us. And we have still only had that one good opportunity for us. But if we were to get the ball here, it would be a great counter-attack, but it's not, and Aubameyang scores. It has been coming, really, let's be honest, and it was a well-worked free kick. 3 players went to close down Odegaard, went to close down Aubameyang. It then went to Odegaard, and no one followed Aubameyang, which then left him open to put the finish into the back of the net. It's a bit disappointing that I feel like, you know, oh my god, I thought that was going to go horribly wrong then. As Smith Rowe with Ramsdale with the save, Ramsdale putting in a real shift here. I'm going to demand more of the team. I know. Has Ramsdale saved it again? He has. He's on an absolute blinder. If we lose this game, Ramsdale will be leaving the club. I think that is like almost official at this point because he's pulling off an absolute blinder. As Tierney tries to put it in, Ruben Diaz puts it away and Zaha comes away with the ball. But nothing comes of it. There is just chance after chance for them. Ofo puts it away. Odegaard's picked it up into Ceballos, into Bellerin. Back to Ceballos, into Smith Rowe, into Tierney. There's a massive overlap and Tierney puts it into the back of the net. For whatever reason on this game, Arsenal are really good. They're not good in real life, but they are good on this game. And just every time they play really nice football and they just tear teams apart. And unfortunately, that team is Southampton today. I don't know whether that's partly because of Ofo or what, but we just can't contain them whatsoever at this point. Please can we not go 3-1 down at half time? I'm kind of hoping we could take Ofo off. Aubameyang, oh my god, luckily it was offside, but Jesus Christ, we're in trouble here. Odegaard's apparently causing us loads of troubles. I'm just going to tell him that the first half wasn't good enough. I think it really wasn't. And Højbjerg can come in that defensive midfielder role and hopefully we can pull something out the bag and change this game around. But that has to mean we stop giving away chances to them. As Odegaard's got it, he puts it into Gabriel, who's on the edge of the box. It's put in and just what is going on? Missed interception apparently, and Arsenal look unbeatable. And how they've managed to get sleek 3 goals, I do not know. But they're playing unreal at the moment, and unfortunately, they're going to be taking our 3 best players, which is not good at all. As we have Ramsdale playing well, Zaha playing well, and Son playing well, but unfortunately, none of our players are actually playing that well other than those people. Bruno Fernandes is on a 6.1. That is embarrassing. Kai Havertz is going to replace Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has been awful in this game. I don't really know what else to change here. Probably Diogo Jota, but I don't know who for. It would probably have to be Che Adams, let's be honest. Now No. Let's be smart here. Let's bring Theo Walcott on and put Theo Walcott on that left-hand side. Put Son Heung-min up top. That is the move. That is the move that could possibly do things. I'm going to demand more of the team, but I can't imagine it's going to do that much. Bertrand's got a free kick over the top, but it's put away as far as Højbjerg. Into Jorginho, back to Højbjerg. Into Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is good with his feet, but he's not known for being up top, as that is awful by Højbjerg. Alderweireld misses the interception again as Thomas Partey comes forward. It's been an abysmal defensive display here by our team. We thoroughly deserve to lose, and I genuinely thought with that early goal we'd stand a chance, but Alderweireld just completely just got outpaced there, and that's just embarrassing. As simple as that. This has been an embarrassment to us, and we thoroughly deserve to lose. I'm going to berate the team, actually, because we have been embarrassing. We are luckily winning one of their players, but they have taken a lot of players from us today. We just could not contain them. Oh boy. I'm going to thrash arms and actually say I'm far from pleased. That was just embarrassing. Like, genuinely terrible. It's going to be interesting to see who we win and lose from that game. It's definitely not going to be Bruno Fernandes, that's for sure, because Bruno Fernandes was awful. Absolutely awful. So we will be losing our 4 best players. Now, Højbjerg was one of our best players, but luckily he came off of the bench. Oh, we're in trouble. Ramsdale is definitely gone, so that is 1. Dendoncker is... Zaha is definitely 2. Dendoncker is definitely 3. And then we have to choose from Diaz, Alderweireld, Jorginho and Son Heung-min as to who the next one's going to be. So we'll get rid of the people that are guaranteed first. So, ironically, Aaron Ramsdale is about to go to Arsenal. Quite fitting, really. Then we're going to get rid of Wilfried Zaha, who finally gets his big money move to a big club as he goes to Arsenal. There we go. We then have Dendoncker, who's been a really good player for us. We've had him for a long time now. Is finally leaving, and he's going to Arsenal as well. And then I'm going to leave the final choice because I will have a look at Arsenal's team, and we'll be taking their worst player. Now, we could take Saka, we could take Leno, we could take Pepe. I feel like Bellerin's the choice. I feel like we've got our attacking players, and I'm going to get rid of Jorginho if that's the case. But for me, Bellerin, with his pace, etc., he's a right-back. He is a right-back, and we've not had a right-back in a long time. So we're going to get in Hector Bellerin. As much as I would like Saka, and I would... someone like Saka, I absolutely love Saka on this game. As much as I would love him, we've got enough wingers at this point. And we will be getting rid of Jorginho. Son Heung-min's too valuable. Alderweireld and Diaz are too valuable. Jorginho is the only one that I could really get rid of and feel okay with. With Bruno Fernandes now there, I feel like the penalty taking, is taken care of. And he goes off to Arsenal. That is a massive loss for us, those 4 players are. Unfortunately, when you look at our first team, that stem doesn't look as strong, does it? But in the next episode, we get a chance. We get a chance to make that stem a little bit better. I mean, not too better, but we do have the 2 relegation candidates. We have West Brom and Brighton. The bottom 2 teams are the 2 that we have. Fingers crossed that we can beat those 2 teams. And move forward, but we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button, comment down below anything you want, and make sure to subscribe if you are new here for all things Football Manager, as well as all the other stuff that is coming on the channel. And I shall see all of you in the next video. See ya! Jesus, that was a big hit, wasn't it? That's one of our biggest hits yet. That really is.